with like 5%, it's a good opportunity. Probably have to live in it for a year. And then once you exit, it's a nice little nest egg that cash flows for you. But yeah, so anyone who's interested, please reach out. I'd be happy to talk about that last opportunity. And then today we're really, really excited because we're going to have none other than our own Michael Kraus be able to share with us what his vision has been, making that into a reality, and just the beautiful, not even I like it's more than an app. It's way more than an app. It's like it's a movement. It's gonna transform our world. And I'm just really excited and yeah, super honored to be part of that journey with you as well. And getting to know Michael over this last couple months has been truly such a blessing. He has such a kind heart and a phenomenal leader with a vision that is really gonna it's gonna transform a lot of people's lives. And so, without further ado, I'd love to welcome Michael
Ah, what
to
a
the table here.
what a beautiful introduction. Thank you, and I'm glad and honored that you see it that way. And when you said, well, it's not an app, it's not a movement. I think what it is, it's both, and what it really is, it's an invitation. And so thank you for having me. And you were kind enough to say, well, Michael, do you want to present? And I know we had conversation. I also know that Lena is here on the call, and we had conversations around the app. And there's been some remarkable um, um, movements happening over the last week, actually. And while I want to share them, I also want to protect the identity of certain people. And so I'm not going to mention any names in this presentation, but then afterwards, if we stop the recording, then I can dive a little bit deeper into it, because ultimately it is about network, it is about influence, it is about outreach, and it is about moving a project forward. And so I want to be really cautious around it. All right. So let me just introduce myself. My name is Michael Kraus. I live here on the Sunshine Coast in British Columbia. I call Vancouver my home since 1992. Um, I was largely involved in my early years in the hospitality industry. I left a legacy in Kitsilano called Viva, um, a bakery cafe down on U Street. And for the last 20 years, most likely, I've been involved in the consciousness movement, in expressing myself through various projects and involvements, but also for the last 4 years, my involvement with Unify. And Unify is an organization that was founded in 2012. We started the first global synchronized meditation around the planet. We've had events in the earlier days, or Unify had events in the earlier days, where they, according to the United Nations, reached 1.6 billion people in one single event. So while I wasn't with Unify at the time, I know the founders, and I've met them in 2013, and we've become friends. And over the years, I've become involved and did social media for them. And now I do live stream productions, and um, and graphic design and productions. So that's a little bit about my background. And what I really want to talk to you about is this. The project is called Awaken, and it comes from an understanding that 4.4 billion people wake up every morning, and from a investor point of view, it's a completely unclaimed digital real estate. There is, other than the alarm clock on iOS and Android, there is no project that really has looked at the what is that first waking up experience first thing in the morning going to look like. And somebody might ask, well, why is this so important? Now the idea behind it is, when your alarm goes off first thing in the morning and you listen to a jolting alarm, your blood pressure spikes about 74%, your cortisol spikes, your decision making capacity is reduced by about 51% for the first few minutes of the day. So when you wake up and you're completely disoriented and you don't know really what to do, it's not that it is your body's response system, because your body perceives that initial moment of the day, that jolting alarm, as a threat. And so it immediately protects itself, goes into fight or flight mode and into survival mode. And so we literally wake up attacked every single morning. And it takes about 8 to 20 minutes for our bodies to deregulate themselves from that initial spike of that initial attack first thing in the morning. And that is an experience that we all have an experience with the alarm clock first thing in the morning if we use one. That is definitely not pleasant. It's not something that we look for. It's I don't want to use the word hate it, but it's definitely not an experience that was designed for the well-being of humans. The alarm clock on your phone, or in general, the alarm clock was designed to get you out of bed, to get you into trains, to get you into factories. That's a simple mission. And so there was never any consideration for well-being. And so we're saying, well, we can change that. And so what we have developed is we have replaced the assault with an awakening. Now, what does that mean? We have created a scientifically engineered, with top level neuroacoustic researchers and scientists on the planet, a sequence of sound that attaches in the subconscious mind while you're still sleeping in the high alpha theta state, and then pulls you into the consciousness, into the wake time, with those specific sound and frequencies. On top of it, the second sequence of that waking experience is going to be a personalized message, where you can send a message to your children, to your mother, to your loved ones. A luminary can send a message to their followers and artists, to their superfans. A spiritual leader, a message to their devotees. So this is going to become interactive. I can record a message on my phone. I can invite somebody. I can schedule it to be triggered up to 10 years from now, and I'm going to come back to that later. The person that's going to receive the invitation sets the alarm time and then wakes up with that sequence. Within the app is a global dashboard, because I believe what is missing right now on the planet is hope. And while we all talk about one human family, and we all talk about love and kindness and compassion and empathy, I don't see a lot of things moving into that direction. I see greater separation on a daily basis. And while I see greater separation on a daily basis in the media, I can also feel that there is a coming together of conscious communities, like Alexis is bringing us together here right now. And this is happening all over the world. But yet what is kind of missing is, how can we connect them all? And so what we are saying is, let's start by creating a different foundation of the day. Let's start with calm. Let's start with coherence. Let's start with purpose, and let's start with loving messages that we can send to one another, because the way we wake up is going to shape the rest of the day. And so this is on an individual basis. Now, if I look at the larger collective field, if we can all wake up to the same intention, to the same vibrational frequency every morning, we are going to entrain each other into a higher level of consciousness, if I can say it that way, and also scientifically um, proven by through the principles of harmonic resonance entrainment, and we could literally shift our planet overnight. And for anybody that is familiar with the Maharishi effect, with the 100th monkey effect, with the law of diffusion of innovation, within any system is a tipping point. And while we don't really know what the specific number is for a tipping point, the law of diffusion of innovation from Professor Everett Rogers, for those who are more in the scientific or in the marketing world, he talks about a tipping point between 16 to 18%, which means if 16 to 18% of our global population would wake up tomorrow to the same shared intention of kindness and love and empathy and compassion, we can change our consciousness overnight. And that's really the goal. So when I look at the oh, did I not show you any of the slides? I just realized. Oh, then let me go back here. So this is, did I show you the slide with the problem, the 74% spike in blood pressure, 51% minus decision making process, and I didn't show that to you.
No,
Well,
maybe if you could just share screen.
great. Oh wait, I can do it like this. Uh, Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Now, now doing tech and presentation and talking at the same time is might be a little bit of
You're
a, but it's all good.
multi-talented. Yeah.
So here is the. Let me start at the very beginning. 4.4 billion people wake up attacked, not awakened. The solution is that we've created a sequence of an waking up experience that is going to be on your iPhone or on your Google device, replacing or in addition to the alarm clock on your phone. That is a therapeutic frequency, a personal voice message that you can record and invite a loved one to wake up with you, whether that is your partner or friend or anybody that you care about. You can schedule it for up to 10 years from now, and I'll go into it later why that is important. And then it will also have a dashboard to see how many people are waking up around the planet in each time zone. And um, I want to jump a little bit into the numbers. So the total addressable market in the global wellness economy is $6.8 trillion. The serviceable available market is the wellness app market is roughly $11.3 billion, and where we want to focus on, or our serviceable obtainable market, is $134 million. And if we look at our partner ecosystem, I mentioned earlier on that I've been working for Unify. We have 2.8 million Facebook followers. In 2025, we had a total outreach on Facebook of slightly over 1 billion reach. Um, I am connected to email addresses and databases of about 750,000. I have connection points to over 140 countries, and then there is some influencers that have committed themselves to working with us and getting this launched. And like I said, I want to talk to this a little bit later, but off camera, because while the numbers are staggering and significant, I don't want to divulge any names right now on camera. So please bear with me. So the business model is a freemium model with unusually high retention potential. And when I say that, there is a free version, $8.99 a month version, a 59 a year version, and then we also have family plans. Within the ecosystem of this business model is a 15% referral commission baked in for anybody who brings their fans, followers, friends through a paywall. But there is also a 1.2 cent commission baked in for anybody who creates music or does the spoken word and people wake up to it. So it really encourages a creator economy to not just bring their followers and their fans through a paywall, but it also then creates a flywheel effect where people are then going to be able to record messages and invite other people into it. Now, with this 10-year scheduling that I said early on, and what it really is, you take your phone, you record a voice message, you attach a piece of music to it, you invite somebody to wake up on a specific day. Could be an anniversary, a birthday, 7, 8, 9, 10 years from now, for a friend, for a loved one, but also specifically for a population that is right now in transition, to leave a legacy for their children and grandchildren. And you could also leave a legacy for yourself by recording a message today for your future self that you're going to be listening to in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. With the fact that we built in this feature, the chances that somebody might leave the app or delete the app are going to be extremely slim. If you know you're going to have a message from your grandparents on your phone that is going to be triggered in 5 years, you're not going to delete the app. You're going to stay with it because you want to listen to that message, and you can only listen to it on that day that was intended to be delivered. Having said that, within the financial projections, we believe that we can be, not can, we will be profitable in year one. We are projecting $32.5 million in revenue in year one, 90.2 in year two, and 134 million in year three, with an EBITDA of roughly around 24% every year. What that means is that in the first year, we are expecting a total number of paid subscribers of 306,000. By year two, 858,000, and by year 1.41 million paid subscribers over 3 years. I'm not sure whether anybody can hear my dog howling outside, but he is the ambulance is just driving by. In addition, there is no direct competitor in that creator-powered waking space. So the moat, the I can't find the word right now. The distinctive difference that makes us different from potentially meditation apps is that we are actually not a meditation app. We are not requiring anybody to carve out time throughout the day, and we all know what that looks like, and how realistic that is. If you have Calm or if you have Headspace on your phone and you want to sit down and meditate, and you still have to schedule it, you still have to carve that time out of your busy day. What we are saying is, well, we already wake up every morning, and so let's just change it to a different platform. We're not creating a new habit. We're replacing an existing habit that everybody already does on the planet, and that is waking up and we can just make it more coherent, beneficial, and attractive for the user. Um, right now, we are in a round of almost completion. We are still looking for $75,000 to launch, including a launch campaign of $25,000, platform build $25,000, and operation of $25,000 to launch on our target date, September 22nd, 2026. We are, I would say, 60% finished with the app development. The app developer says he's 80% finished. So anywhere between 60 and 80%. What I'm doing right now, we have patent pending, international patent law. We filed that in the US and international. And what I'm doing right now is I'm initiating an influencer network, and that's what I'm going to be talking about afterwards, when the recording is off. So my focus is right now: who are the people that are going to be able to move this forward? Who knows who around the planet? And how can we create an activation that is as efficient and effective as possible? Having seen the consciousness space and the global meditation space over the years, whether it's for Earth Day, whether it's for Peace Day, whether it's for Women's Day, whether it's Yoga Day, whether it's World Water Day, I see events come and go. And I believe that every day is Earth Day, every day is Peace Day, every day is World Water Day, and every day is Women's Day. And so this app really speaks into that continuity on a daily basis to wake up in greater coherence and harmony, and by being able to send each other messages or send loved ones messages. Now our team is remarkable, if I can say it that way. We have um, we have an app developer that has been working in the consciousness space and app development space for the last 20 years. He's just created a new AI platform called GreenSeek. I think it's greenseek.io. It's a sustainable AI platform, also private. So the data is not going to be shared with anybody. If you go to greenseek.io, you get a little bit of an idea of what he's capable of creating. He also created the latest app for Zach Bush, who's going to be on Joe Rogan, I think tomorrow, or July 7th, excuse me, July 7th or July 9th. You might also hear a little bit more about that on the. I don't know how soon he actually releases his podcast, but in the next week or so, you should listen to this Zach Bush Joe Rogan conversation. Nigel Wheatstone, he's the OG of global branding. He created the Intel logo. He created 2 or 3 Olympic logos. Amanda Sanders is a 2 times unicorn participant, and she has led companies, advised companies twice to become $1 billion company. And the first one took her 18 months. The second one took her 16 months. And I'm encouraging Amanda to work with us to create a unicorn, $1 billion company within 12 months. That is at least my goal. And I believe with the outreach that we have, and with a product that almost has no competition, and with a team of scientists and luminaries and visionaries and artists and celebrities behind it, there is no reason why we can't change the world. And that really is the idea behind it. The well-being of the individual, but also the well-being of our planet, is deeply, deeply connected. Um, Next, I'm going to go a little bit into the return of investment, because what I've experienced over the last few um, or month and a half, excuse me, is a seasoned investor audience here in the room, and so I just wanted to um, really put that out there, because it's non-traditional investment. It's not real estate. It's not crypto, and that's kind of the background that I heard over the last 3 or 4 or 5 shows that we taped together. So what we're looking for is a $75,000 investment, and that could be a convertible note, that could be a direct share purchase, and we're offering a 1.574% equity, um, and also the share in the EBITDA. So what that means, and I'm going to go back to our market from earlier on and the targeted audience. Scenario one is we start with 11,000 paid subscribers in month one, and we land up with 350,000 paid subscribers by the end of year one, up to 1.4 million in year three. That is scenario one, and that's the current model that I have based everything around. Now, if I say that we have an outreach right now of the influencers, I'm not going to name any names, of probably, if I 1.5 billion people, like the people that I know, I'm 1 degree of separation away from literally anybody on the planet, whether that is a superstar or a musician or a scientist or a spiritual leader or you name it. I know somebody who knows somebody, if I can say it that way, or has their phone number. Or let me rephrase that. I have a phone number that I can call tomorrow that I know has a phone number of most some of the top influencers and superstars on the planet. That's all I can say. For us to reach 11,000 paid subscribers in month one is what is declared in the business plan, which then over 3 years would turn into a 238x return based on the dividends, but also based on the valuation after 3 years, and that is based on a 8 times SaaS benchmark valuation. Scenario two is where we reach 1 million people within the first year as paid subscribers, would then turn would that would then result in a 678x return of investment over 3 years. Scenario three is where we can reach 5 million paid subscribers in the first year, and then up to 22.9 million over 3 years, which would yield 3,390x return of investment. I wish I would have invested into Bitcoin in 2010 or whenever that came out, and I had an opportunity, but I didn't take it. I know somebody who bought them at literally pennies, and I wish I would have been there. I'm not saying that this is the same. I'm not saying that there is no risk. I'm not saying that this is a promise. And what I'm saying is that the potential for us to come together to shift humanity into a higher level of consciousness with an app that is in a completely unclaimed digital space, the numbers are not that unrealistic. I want to talk to. I want to. The next thing is that I want to talk about is what does that look like for the people that I know that I could call up tomorrow and say, hey, can you reach out to your influencers and bring them on board? And many are in the spiritual community, in the environmental community, in the peace community, and in the music community. Um, so, what that would look like for somebody, and this is a 3% sales commission as part of our rollout go to market strategy. So, if somebody has a reach or knows celebrities that have a combined reach of $10 million with a 4%, 10 million people with a 4% conversion rate, that is 400,000 paid subscribers, that would yield that connector or the promoter about 907,000 dollars every year for the 4 or 5 years. Now, with some of the other people, perhaps in my sphere, 50 million people, complete creator reach, again with a 4% conversion, yields about $4.5 million for the next 5 years. That is for the people that know people. Now, for the influencers themselves, with a 15% commission, referral commission, that would look like something like this. An influencer that has 10 million followers with a 4% conversion rate is $4.5 million in revenue every year. An influencer with 50 million, 4% conversion rate, 2 million, their annual commission would be around $22.6 million. So you can see that an influencer with 50, 100, 150, 200, or $250 million, that the attraction and the leverage to bring their audience through a paywall is definitely there. Now, originally in the musical space, musical artists are all under contract with their creation in terms of sound and music that they've created, because they are locked in with record labels and recording studios. What they're not locked in is their voice to speak a message first thing in the morning to their fan base. Now imagine you're a Billie Eilish fan, hardcore Billie Eilish fan. There's nothing that you would want more than waking up to her message first thing in the morning. And that in itself would lift you, that in itself would shift you, that in itself would allow you to look forward to waking up. So, who are the people that can empower us to wake up? Who are the people in your life that you would want to listen to? Is it Tony Robbins, or is it Deepak? Or Deepak Chopra? Is it Eckhart Tolle, or is it Marianne Williamson, or is it your son or your father or your mother or your friend or your loved one, or a person? Like, the possibilities are endless when we look about business travel, where parents and families are being apart for a short amount of time, divorced parents to their children, army personnel stationed abroad, where they are going to be able to send back messages specifically to their children. And I haven't even gone into the B2B market yet, and I don't want to go there, because the revenue potential right now in our initial focus, through influencers, through luminaries, through visionaries, through spiritual leaders, through A-list artists, to join in a global awakening, is what we are going to focus on. And from there we're going to branch out. If we own the first seconds of the day in the digital space, the potential to expand, we can literally own. And I'm saying that from a pure investment point of view, not from a um, not from a power grab point of view. But if we can own the first seconds of the day, we can own the rest of the day through pattern interrupters, reminders. We can then expand into the nighttime and put people to sleep. And I know there is apps out there that put people to sleep, but there's nothing out there that wakes people up. And what we need to do right now is, we don't need more people going to sleep. We need more people to wake up, literally, figuratively, and we need to come together as one human family. And that's really what this project is about: to seed coherence, harmony, connection around the planet, and making it as simple as possible, because you don't even have to leave the bed to participate. There is no workshop to take, there is no seminar to take, there is no self help book to read. And I'm not saying that they don't have any place, but it doesn't get easier to shift our planet than waking up together, and perhaps even looking forward to waking up together. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Alexis.
Amazing. Thanks so much. I was giving you all the heart emojis.
Oh, heart
I,
emojis.
yeah, I was giving all the heart emojis. I thought that was really well said. And I love how passionate that you are about this. And it's a topic that's like very dear to my heart as well. And I just love what you're doing. I really wanted to get our community involved and see how we can help support this and work together.
Yeah, and I think that is really what is being asked of us right now, is when we look around, it doesn't seem to be getting better. Like everything is we're getting, there's more and more division, there's more and more separation, there is more and more um, working against us, if I can say it that way. And yet, on the ground in real communities, there's more and more people coming together. And so the power is really with the people. And so if we can all come together, and again, literally and figuratively, inspire each other to wake up with one another, we can shift our planet into greater states of coherence and harmony. And I believe
Mhm.
it's the lowest hanging fruit right now that we have in the planet to establish peace, and come together beyond religion, belief system, age, gender, um, cultures, and that's what I'm hoping for. And I'm getting the confirmation now. Over the last few weeks, there's been a real opening from quantum physicists and scientists and institutions that we all know. And I don't want to mention it. I'll mention those names afterwards. But institutions that are based on some of the highest level of wisdom keepers that came before us, and they're all like, well, I connect you with this person, and this person and this person. And so every person has literally 20 people that they want to introduce me to say, yeah, let's do this. And it's so beautiful to see us coming together for once, because I also see a lot of siloing. I see a lot of the energy of what's mine is mine, and what's yours is, I'll take a little bit of that. And that's not the way we're going to survive here as a human species. And I'm literally, I don't want to go down into doomsday, but it is about survival. And I also do a podcast once in a while, and I had John Englander, who's probably the leading expert in ocean level rising, on a couple of weeks, and we're talking about the real threat of our oceans rising, and to the point where there is going to be millions of people replaced, not just somewhere in other parts of the world, no, in North America. Maybe not so much on the Pacific West, but on the East Coast, definitely. And so if we don't learn how to come together as one human family and support each other, we are, I mean, there might be the Redeemer. Jesus might be coming for a second time, the second coming of Christ, that or an alien spaceship might land. But I also believe that we are the ones we've been waiting for, and we have all the technology, information, wisdom, knowledge to do it. And like I said, it doesn't get easier than waking up together.
Oh, I love that. I love how like the passion and the vision, and that you've really shared that vision. That's inclusive of people with many different diverse backgrounds and belief systems as well. How do you build a movement that welcomes people with diverse spiritual backgrounds, for example, while staying true to your mission?
Um, I think the most important piece is that music and sound crosses all borders. There is no, I don't, the power of sound and music crosses all belief systems, all religions, and everything. You can listen to a piece of music or sound, and it will touch you no matter where you are, because it's all physics. It's not just it's not just a belief system. It's actually, what does sound, vibration, frequencies do to your physical human body, and it either is in harmony with your body, or it's in disharmony. There's only two different ways. If I speak to you, my words could mean that you might not agree with me, because I'm in disharmony with what I'm saying, what is true for you. That is not true for sound and vibration or music. And so if the three components is an invocation, the spoken word that I can send to loved ones, and then followed by a piece of music. So there are no barriers for a human civilization to experience, because it's music. It's the universal unifier. You can go and around the planet and ask somebody about Bob Marley or Stevie Wonder or Michael Jackson, or and you get the same results everywhere. But good question. Nobody has ever asked me that question.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because we are talking about it being a global vision and just if there's any barriers that can come from that. But I like how you do speak about, you know, the power of sound essentially. And yeah, I'm just curious, like, do you have an example of how you've, like, I guess, experienced it changing someone else's life or maybe even your own?
um, do we have 3 or 4 minutes? Can I play what that awakening sound could potentially sound like first in the morning? And so now
I would
imagine, like,
love
imagine there is this invocation that pulls you from the dream time into the wake time. The spoken word, in that case, it's me, followed by a piece of music that I don't necessarily play out full. So the whole thing is probably going to be 4 or 5 minutes, but I'll
that.
play it, and just, I mean, you can't. It's different waking up to it than listening to it right now. But just imagine, or maybe just feel the floor underneath your feet, and come into a place of harmony within yourself, or close your eyes and let me play it, and then let's see how that resonates with everybody. Here we go.
Yeah, are you into it?
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lena, are you? Okay, I knew she would.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, let's do this.
The light is rising, and so are we. Every breath a reminder that we are one heartbeat of the same creation. Today, let us awaken not just from our sleep, but into remembrance. Into remembrance that love is what we're made of, and peace is what we're here to share. So take a deep breath and let this new day begin in harmony, in gratitude, in love. And as the sun rises, let it remind us of what's possible, that we hold the power to awaken each other. A word, a song, a touch, a moment of kindness can ripple through time and change the course of our shared future. So ask yourself, who will you awaken today? And who will awaken you? Because the future is not something we wait for. It is something we awaken to, together. The time has come for a civilizational turning point. We are the ones we've been waiting for. So join us in this critical moment in human history. May your day be blessed.
I don't want to play the whole thing because otherwise we're going to be um, running out of time here. Um, Perhaps one of the questions that I want to put out there to the audience is, did you feel an expansion within your heart? That's really that's really what it is. And if there is an expansion within your heart, then imagine waking up to that expansion every morning, and imagine 10 million, 50 million, 100 million people waking up to that same expansion. How we can shift our planet through simple acts of kindness. We don't have to create more love on the planet. We have to practice love. And that's really what this comes down to. And if we can all do it together without having to get out of bed, and for those who are involved, earn massive, massive amounts of returns of investment and abundance, then, wow, let's go.
I love that.
Unconventional thinking.
Definitely.
Do we have any questions from the audience?
Yeah, do you guys, anyone who's on the call, I think there's Mia just left, but Lena, I know it may have been difficult to hear the full sound because of
Oh,
we were
maybe
both,
maybe my audio settings weren't on original sound for musicians on.
but we could always set something up where if you wanted to sample it, we could get that to you.
Okay. Any questions from the audience before I'm going to? I just want to share something because I've been working together with Alexis and Lena and I want to share something off camera or off recording. Um, Anybody, any questions?
Clifford just said he wasn't able to hear it, but it was relaxing. Yeah, it was. I think I just felt passed out. It was great in a good way.
um,
Mm.
I can drop that in the chat. recording, and I can also drop a little bit of an upbeat recording into it. Um,
Okay.
I'm not sure whether you ever heard this one. That was kind of that's part of our marketing strategy coming up here right now. Can you hear it better?
And as the sun rises, let it remind us of what's possible, that we hold the power to awaken each other. A word, a song, a touch, a moment of kindness can ripple through time and change the course of our shared future.
That is not the awakening sequence. That was something that somebody did to get this out there into the younger crowd, into electronic dance music, and make it more popular to point towards our initiative. Um,
Love it.
any questions? And then I'm going to stop the recording. Um,
Yeah, I
or
think
do you want to close it out and then I stop the recording?
sure. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today, Michael. That was amazing of you to share your vision and everything that you've created and put your entire heart into it. It's well researched, it's well developed, and I'm just really honored to help support that for you. So thank you for coming in today and sharing a piece of your heart and your vision with us.
Oh, beautiful! Thank you for allowing me to come here, and thank you for seeing me, and thank you for recognizing the importance of the project, but also the value that it brings with it for everybody involved. I believe this is a example of a win-win-win-win situation. And one thing that I haven't mentioned is the company is set up that 51% of the net profits are going to go towards a force for good in the world allocation. And so 49% of shares are with investors and stakeholders in the company. 51% of shares are with a as a force for good in the world, so we can reinvest um, what I believe massive amounts of money into conscious projects, into communities, into charities, and support individuals that have great ideas. And that's really the way I think we need to look at the world: is how can we create win-win-win situations that work for everybody, not extractions, because nothing in the universe it is is extractive. The energy of extraction is a man-made phenomenon, and so we need to go back into collaboration and connection and mutual benefit for all of life. And that's what I'm here for. So thank you for having me, and um, I'm going to pause the recording here.
Okay, thank you.